Hello and welcome to the Susie Makes Craft channel, a craft channel that will take you through mainly the basics of a variety of crafts and beyond. Today is about crochet and showing you how to do the crochet waffle stitch. Now I'm showing you using chunky yarn on a 6mm crochet hook for the purposes of it being as clear as possible on the video. Now this is the waffle stitch, and just like it says, looks just like a waffle. Lovely and squidgy and soft. Probably the squidgiest piece of crochet you're ever going to do. And if you would like to learn how to do the waffle stitch, then stay with us. Now I'm going to show you in pink. That's just an example of how it will look. Because I'm using chunky yarn on a 6mm crochet hook, it will turn out slightly looser, as this has, than would otherwise be desirable. However, it's just for the purpose of the camera. If you want to use a chunky yarn, I would suggest you using either a 5 or a 5.5mm crochet hook. All terms are in UK terms, and there are videos out there if you need them in the USA terms. So this does assume you know how to do a crochet chain and a UK treble crochet. Now you need multiples of 3 to complete a waffle pattern, and I have chained 24 stitches, and my first treble I made in the 3rd chain from my hook, and that gives you a turning chain there, which is actually included in the pattern throughout. So I've done a treble crochet in each and every stitch all the way along my chain 24, and including the very last stitch, which I'm just about to do. Just move that out of the way so there is not too much clutter around what I'm doing. So once you have completed your however many chains you want, as long as it's a multiple of 3, and you've completed a treble crochet, the first one in the 3rd chain from the hook, and then a treble crochet into each and every stitch along. Then you chain 3, and to do the next row you need to turn your work. So your chain 3 is on your right hand side, and you do a treble crochet into the next stitch. So because your chain 3 is going to be part of the pattern, you go into the next stitch and not into the same stitch that your chain 3 sits on top of. So into the next stitch, do a treble crochet, and sorry, I've written this down on my notes on my iPad, so as it's a fairly new stitch to me, I am referring to it. So here we are, and then you do a front post treble crochet around the next stitch. Now a front post treble crochet is just a treble stitch, it's just where you put your hook is different. Instead of working into the top of the stitches like we normally do, we work around the treble of the next treble of the previous row. So we're going to be working around this treble. So to do a front post treble crochet, you insert your hook to the right, around the treble, and out through the left. So it sits on top of your crochet hook like so. If you can't see it sitting on top like that, you've probably accidentally done a back post treble, but you want front post trebles throughout this waffle pattern. So I'll show you again. You go into the right of the treble, next treble of the previous row, around that treble, and out through the left, and then you just complete your treble in the normal way. And into the next 2 stitches you do a treble crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, As you may see, I don't hold my yarn and hook in the conventional continental way, but this is the very old-fashioned English way. It's just what I'm comfortable with, so that's why I use it. Doesn't matter how you hold your hook and yarn, as long as you get... Oops, now I nearly did a back post there. See, I came through this way. Front post treble crochet, go in to the right, beside the treble crochet that you're working around that treble crochet and out through the left. See, chatting, I nearly made a back post treble instead of a front post. Back post treble is just done the opposite way round. So instead of going in, you would come from behind and come through that way, around and out. But anyway, for this stitch only, as I said, it is front post treble crochets throughout. So you do a treble crochet into the next 2 stitches, each of the next 2 stitches. See where I'm going with this? 2 treble crochets, 1 front post treble crochet all the way along. So we're coming to the front post now. So we go in at the right, around the treble crochet, out at the left. Carry on completing your treble crochet. 2 more treble crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. And as I was saying, it doesn't matter how you hold your hook and yarn, as long as the finished product is what you wanted. And mine always is. So I stick with using the most comfortable way for me to crochet. Now you do this all the way along. So you treble 2 crochets into each of the next 2 stitches, then do another front post treble crochet, and then 2 treble crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. And a front post treble crochet. Two treble crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. Coming to the end of the row now. So a front post treble crochet, and then your final treble crochet into the top of your turning chain at the end there. Then you chain 3, and you guessed it, you turn your work around to carry on to the next row. It's not going to look much like a waffle stitch at the moment. I found it doesn't until you get to the 5th row. So bear with. So you've done a chain 3, you've turned your work, so your chain 3 is on your right hand side. You now do a treble crochet into the next stitch. And you do a front post treble crochet into each of the next 2 stitches this time. So you go in at the right, around the treble crochet of the previous row, and out at the left. So your treble sits on top of your crochet hook, and that has to happen all the way through the pattern. Whenever you do a front post treble crochet. So, and you do another one on this row. And then you do just 1 treble crochet into the next stitch. And then you do 2 more front post treble crochets. So in at the right, around, out at the left. finish your treble, do another one, in at the right, around, out at the left, finish your treble. My yarn's getting tangled up, excuse me. Now, treble crochet into the next stitch. Now what you will see as you get used to the pattern is that you are doing 2 front post treble crochets into each of the trebles that you did on the previous row. So we need to do 2 front post trebles again. Which we've done. So they've gone into each of the treble crochets of the previous row, and your front post treble of the previous row is just your single treble crochet on this row. So you do 1 treble crochet, 2 front post treble crochets, 1 treble crochet, 2 front post treble crochets all the way along this row. So we've just done a treble crochet, so now I need to do 2 front post treble crochets. So you go in at the right, around, out at the left. I think we know what we're doing now. The treble crochet should be sitting on the top of your crochet hook. Complete that treble. All the stitches are trebles. It's just where you put your hook is slightly different to create the pattern. Another front post treble crochet. Complete the treble. An ordinary treble crochet into the next stitch. Two more front post treble crochets. Another front post treble crochet. A treble crochet into the top of the next stitch. And you will see the front post trebles that we did on the first row sit slightly back of the front post trebles we're doing on this row, so you can see the pattern. It's easy, quite easy to keep track once you get used to it. So this is row 3, just about completed. Now when you get to the end of the row and you've got just 2 stitches left, I've just done the single treble crochet. I shouldn't really complicate matters by calling it a single treble. I've just done a treble crochet, an ordinary treble crochet into the top of that stitch. Now I do front post treble crochet into the next stitch, and your last front post treble crochet goes around the turning chain of the previous row. Now chain 3, and for row 4 we still, as we did before, we turn our work so that the chain 3 you've just done is on your right hand side. It's looking slightly like the waffle crochet, but not yet. Almost there. Now you do a treble crochet into the next stitch next to your chain 3, and then you do a single front post treble crochet around the treble of the previous row. Now you do 2 treble crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. No, that wasn't right. You do a treble crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Don't need to confuse the matter, Sue, just concentrate. So that's 2 treble crochets completed, and a front post treble crochet into the next one. And you will see on this row 2 more treble crochets, 1, 2, a front post treble crochet. So on one row you're doing the single front post treble crochet, on the returning row you're doing 2 front post treble crochets. And you see it's slightly more looking like a waffle stitch now. We are getting there. So I've just done a front post, so I'm doing 2 treble crochets, 1, 2, a front post treble crochet, a treble crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and you just do this all the way along to the end of the row. Like I said, can you see now how they are all trebles? It's just you change where you put your hook for one of them on one row, and on two of them on the row going back. A treble crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Front post treble crochet, this treble in each of the next 2 stitches. Oops, forgot to put my yarn around. I am not awake today. So this is row 4 just about complete. So you do a front post treble crochet, and in your chain 3 at the end you just do a treble crochet into the top of your chain 3 that you began with on the previous row. So there you've done 4 rows now. Almost looking like the waffle. We'll just do 1 more row and you'll see more clearly. So you do chain 3 and turn your work to do the next row. Doesn't look so much like a waffle on the reverse side. Just show you on this one. So that's the reverse side, and that's the waffle stitch side. Pretty cool, eh? Right, so we will do as we did before. So we've done a chain 3, we've turned our work around, and we'll do a treble crochet into the next stitch. Then we will do 2 front post treble crochets around the next 2 trebles of the previous row. Oh, put that in the wrong place, didn't I? There. So we do front, I nearly did it wrong. I really am too sleepy today. So we go front post treble crochet as we have throughout into each of the next 2 trebles of the previous row. And then we do a treble crochet into the top of the next stitch. And then we do 2 more front post treble crochets around each of the next do a front post treble crochet around each of the next 2 trebles of the previous row. So a treble crochet into the top of the next stitch, then a front post treble into each of the next 2 treble crochets coming up. From the tongue's not working either, so here we go. And then a treble crochet into the top of the stitch, next stitch, 2 front post treble crochets coming up. 1, 2, a treble crochet into the top of the next stitch, then 2 front post treble crochets. 1, 2, 1 treble crochet in the top of the next stitch, and 2 front post treble crochets coming up. 1, almost at the end of the row now. 1 treble crochet into the top of the next one, and like before we end the row with 2 front post treble crochets. 1, and the last one goes around the chain 3 from your previous row. And then you will chain 3 and turn to go back the other way. Now we can see the waffle stitch appearing. See that? And that is all you have to do to create a waffle stitch blanket or square, whatever you choose. And once you've got all your squares together, you can finish off the squares if you like by doing a double crochet all the way around to neaten them up, or you can just leave them and join them together if you want to make squares for a blanket or a cushion, whatever you choose to do. But that looks pretty good, doesn't it? That's a nice waffle pattern coming together there. Hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss future videos that come out, and I'll hopefully see you back again soon. Bye for now.